Hello students, welcome to Spectra Educational Academy. In this video, I am going to explain short answer questions in the chapter Thermal Properties of Matter. Let me read the question number 1. Obtain the relation Celsius and Fahrenheit scales of temperature. What is the temperature for which the readings on Celsius and Fahrenheit scales are same? The relation between Celsius and Fahrenheit scales is, so Celsius scale, lower fixed point is 0, by upper fixed point 100, again lower fixed point is 0. Coming to the Fahrenheit scale, minus, lower fixed point is 32 Fahrenheit, upper fixed point is 212, and again lower fixed point is 32. So this can be written as C by 100 is equal to F minus 32 divided by 180. So you can cancel 0 both sides. Again, you can make it 2 times of 5. And okay, 2 5s and 2 9s. So therefore, you will get 9C by 5 is equal to F minus 32. So 9C by 5 plus 32 is equal to F. So making use of the same equation, let us proceed with the other part of the question. What is the temperature for which readings on Celsius and Fahrenheit scales are same? Now, as per the question, what they are mentioning that Fahrenheit scale and Celsius scale are same, you treat them combinedly as X. Now you substitute in place of C and F, you substitute X. So 9X by 5 plus 32 is equal to X. Now you take the LCM. So 9X plus, so 5 is the LCM, 32 into 5 times. It is 160 is equal to X. So therefore you will finally get it as 160 is equal to 5X minus 9X. So therefore minus 4X is equal to 160. So you'll get X is equal to, this is the answer, X is equal to minus 40. So at this value, the readings on Celsius and Fahrenheit scales are same. Now moving to the next question. Pendulum clocks generally go fast in winter and slow in summer. Why? So according to the time period of simple pendulum, this answer you learn in long answers. Time period of simple pendulum T is equal to 2 pi under root L by G. In this formula, time period is directly proportional to root L. So what is L? L is length of the pendulum. Let us say this, as per the question, the pendulum is made up of metal like this. So is connected to bob. Now, so in summer, metal expands due to rise in temperature. So if it expands, length increases. Time to complete one oscillation increases. So this is in summer, so therefore it goes slow. Yeah. So whereas in winter, it contracts, metal contracts, let us say, because pendulum is made up of metal wire, metal contracts due to decrease in temperature. Decrease in temperature. So length decreases. So time to complete one oscillation decreases. So it go fast. So this is enough to write. Next, moving to the next question. In what way anomalous behavior of water advantages to aquatic animals? This is question number 3. In case of all liquids, except water, right? So let us say first liquids. So you make a table here. So water next. I'm taking first column on heating. Liquids expands from 0 to 100 on cooling. Contracts from 100 to 0. So coming to the water, expands on heating, expands from 4 to 100, but contracts 0 to 4. So after 4 only you'll get next reading. So therefore first 0 to 4 contracts on heating. Thereafter 4 to 100 expands. On cooling, contracts from 100 to 4 degrees centigrade. Thereafter, so you'll get the readings 3 to 1. So therefore, expands from 4 to 0. So on heating, from 0 to 4 it contracts, thereafter expands. On cooling, from 100 to 4 it contracts, and 4 to 0 it expands. So all liquids expand on heating. Expand on heating from 0 to 4 degrees centigrade. So density decreases from 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, whereas water contracts on heating, from 0 to 4 degrees centigrade, expands thereafter. So this peculiar behavior of water is called anomalous expansion. Now let us understand how the density and volume changes with temperature for the case of water. You take a y-axis and x-axis. Along x-axis you take temperature in degree centigrade, density in SI units. This is along y-axis. Now at 0 degree centigrade, there will be some density for water. So if you go on increasing 1, 2, 3, 4. So for 1 degree centigrade, density slowly increases. 2 degree centigrade, density increases. Because we said that on heating from 0 to 4 degree centigrade, it contracts. So density increases. 3 to at 3 degree centigrade, further 4 degree centigrade, here it max. So therefore density will be maximum. And as we said in the table, after 4 degree centigrade it expands, so density decreases. So next, so 5, 6, so on, so density slowly decreases. So you can understand the nature of water even from with the help of graph also. This is the case of taking density along y-axis and the temperature along x-axis. Now let us also try to draw a graph taking volume along y-axis, temperature along x-axis. Now volume along y-axis, temperature along x-axis, temperature in degree centigrade. Yeah. So first at 0 degree centigrade, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let us say there is some volume. So what we said, density slowly starts increasing. Density increases, what happens to volume? Volume, because you don't forget the formula, density equal to mass by volume. So we said that when at temperature 1 degree centigrade, density is more compared to 0. So therefore density and the volume are inversely proportional. So therefore volume decreases, mass constant in both the cases. Then further it decreases, further it decreases, further it decreases. So this will become least here. Then thereafter expansion starts. So expansion starts means what? Density decreases, but in contrast to density, volume increases. So therefore after 4 degrees centigrade, volume starts increases. So this is the nature of volume when temperature rises for the case of water. Then so the significance, this kind of nature, its significance. Yeah, first point. In cold countries, during winter, temperature of atmosphere above water lakes and ponds decreases much below 0 degree centigrade. At this time, what happens? At this time, water at the bottom, which has relatively more temperature, becomes lighter. Means low dense, becomes lighter and goes up. So it means you need to understand like this. So let us say this is the pond. So this is the topmost layer. It becomes cool first. Once it cools down, let us say to 0 degrees centigrade, let us say temperature much go even less than 0 degrees centigrade. It cools down, it becomes denser. It becomes denser means what? It will go down. Low dense, high dense will go down. So at the same time, this position is occupied by low dense water will go up. So this process will continue. Until entire water in lake gets 4 degrees centigrade. After 4 degrees centigrade, so let us say this is assumed to be 4 degrees centigrade. Entire water is getting 4 degrees centigrade. So after 4 degrees centigrade, what happens? After 4 degrees centigrade, the water at the top further cooled. Water at the top further cooled. And then it will not go down. It will not go down. Due to anomalous expansion. Anomalous expansion. This process will continue until until the top layer gets 0 degrees centigrade. Until the top layer gets 0 degrees centigrade. So now in the picture, the topmost layer will become 0 degrees centigrade. Okay, let me write here. Earlier topmost layer was having 4 degrees centigrade. Now after further cooling, topmost layer will be having 0 degrees centigrade. Now the bottom may be having 4 degrees centigrade. Bottommost layer may be having 4 degrees centigrade in the middle. So in the middle, so there might be a layer at 3 degrees centigrade. There might be another layer at 2 degrees centigrade. And there is a layer just under 0 degrees centigrade. There might be a layer 1 degree centigrade. So when the water, so you need to write like this, when the water at 0 degrees centigrade at the top, at 0 degrees centigrade at the top, it becomes ice and forms, it becomes ice and forms a layer. At the top. Okay. So, but the water inside the lake will be at. But the water inside the lake will be at 4 degrees centigrade. And hence, there will be enough water at the bottom. Will be enough water at the bottom. Of the lake. So in this bottom layer of the lake, aquatic animals, hence aquatic animals like what do you call frogs, let me say fishes, get survived. So this is enough to write. Next, let us move to the next question. State Newton's law of cooling and write the condition under which Newton's law of cooling applicable. Write down the statement first. The rate of loss of heat. The rate of loss of heat of a body. So just you keep it in the mind, this formula, rate of loss of heat of a body is proportional to the temperature difference between the body and the surroundings. So keep it in the mind, you frame the sentence. Rate of loss of heat of a body is directly proportional to the temperature difference between the body and surroundings. So even you can write this equation as d theta by dt with the constant k. So theta is average temperature of the body, theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2 minus theta naught. So what is theta naught is? Theta naught is temperature of the surrounding. Temperature of the surrounding. Next, so write the conditions under which Newton's law of cooling is applicable. First is first condition, the rate of loss of heat. Rate of loss of heat is due to convection, not by conduction. Second point, the rate of loss of heat, the loss of heat occurs. The loss of heat occurs in a streamline flow of air. Third, the temperature of the body is uniformly distributed. Temperature of the body is uniformly distributed. Last, the temperature difference is small. Temperature difference is small. Okay, so in my next class, in my next video, I'll continue with short answers and motion in straight line. Thank you very much, students, for watching my video, but don't forget to share and subscribe with your friends. Thank you very much.